Gemini, how are you? Let's do a reading for your current energy, shall we? As always, please take what works, leave what doesn't. We all know who we are in the story. Now, I sure appreciate each and every one of you. I really do. And if you appreciate what I do here, help me out. Hit that like button. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Really makes a difference to my channel, and I would love to see my channel continue to grow. Grateful, thankful for the messages from my Geminis, always. All right, one last shuffle. We're going to cut the deck, and we're going to see what's coming through for you. All right, let's see. First card out for you is the Ten of Wands to the Seven of Pentacles reversed. All right, listen, you've been working on something for a while, all right? The Seven of Pentacles says, I planted some seeds. I tried to make it grow, and it's not growing, and I'm trying. I'm going up this hill, and it just doesn't seem like I'm getting anywhere. So at some point, you've got to decide whether or not it's worth continuing. All right, the base of what's going on, we have the Ten of Pentacles coming in reversed. Are you going to keep losing money? It's like, putting money into a boat. It just seems like, you keep putting money in, trying to fix it. Every time you do something, it just seems like it's just not working. It's not fixing it. Nothing's changing. All it is weighing on you. You're losing money. And here we have the Knight of Pentacles coming in reverse. Maybe it's time to let it go. All right. So if there is something that you have been trying to make work, like for me, it's a car. All right. I have this car that I've had for 2 years, and I hardly drive it. All I do is put it into the mechanic shop, and they still can't seem to fix it. And I've decided I'm not gonna keep this car. It's just like I have tried to make it work, and it's just not gonna work. And this is how I'm feeling for you. It's just like, listen, you can't keep putting money into a sinking ship. If that big hole at the bottom of that boat is going to continue to be a problem, then we need to let go of it, right? And I just feel like there is something that you have put a lot of energy into that you want to continue to make it work, but listen, you don't see the end. I mean, this uphill is still going, so at some point we've got to cut our losses. At some point we have to say, I just can't keep putting money into it. I'm losing so much by trying to hang on to something. So for whoever that's for, just kind of, suck it in and say, I got to let it go. I just got to let it go. It's not working. All right. So let's see if we can get a little bit more clarity on what it might be. Now, in the recent past, we do have the energy of the Knight of Cups coming in reversed. I mean, this could be, you and someone trying to, start a project or a business, but maybe they're not putting the energy into it. Maybe they're not putting the effort into it, and it's all on you. And you're like, I'm not going to do it all by myself, because I just feel like there is somebody that you might be involved with who just doesn't have the same commitment that you do. And then here we have this Page of Swords coming in reversed. Again, I'm feeling like, they don't want to really kind of say they don't want to do it. Maybe it could be a relationship even, that you are involved with. And it's just like, I just don't know whether I want the relationship. I just don't know if they really want to put the energy into it. There is some toxicity to it. All right. We've got the Devil card coming in, so maybe this is a situation where you're starting to realize that this is not good for me. All right. And I do really feel like that's basis of what's going on here. It's like, whatever this is, it's not really good for me, and here the Empress is coming in reversed. It's just like, I don't feel good about myself. I don't feel good about the situation. I mean, this is the divine feminine. This is, being confident to be able to, use all of your abilities, to really make something grow and happen, because, she is about creation, and it's not creating. Whatever it is, it's not moving forward. If anything, it's just getting more and more difficult. Now we have the energy of the Devil above this, and I just feel like, with these two cards, it's just like you're tempted to stay, you're tempted to keep going. Maybe things will change, but I think they're not going to. All right. And I think this is where you're at. You're like, I just can't keep going, carrying this heaviness and this weight and the responsibilities, and even thinking that things are going to change when they're not. Because this Knight of Pentacles is not doing the work. This Knight of Pentacles isn't putting in the effort into this relationship, the situation that you're dealing with. And, you know, I think you're at that point where it's like, I just can't, I just don't want to do it anymore. All right. Now, the Page of Swords above you says, I got to deliver this message. I got to say something, you know, because you don't want to continue investing in this, because this isn't going to have any kind of a payout at the end, you know. So I'm going to have to say something. And I think, you know, sometimes that's the hardest part. You know, it's just like, I know I've got to say something, but, you know, how do I say it? When do I say it? You know, what do I do? And it's funny because I had a friend of mine, you know, I asked her opinion this week. I was just like, you're so good at this. How do I tell someone that it's not going to work? And she's like, we're going in another direction. And I think that's what you need to kind of say to this situation. It's like, you know what? We're going to take a whole new direction and move in another way and see if maybe we can do this. So, yeah, we're not doing this anymore. We're going to take another road. You know, so maybe this is what you need to do, you know, is just kind of go in another path and take another direction. Because, listen, there's history here, all right? We've got the Six of Cups here coming in reversed. And it's just like, you know, trust the experience. Trust your wisdom. Trust that you've been on this road before at some point in your life and it didn't work, all right? And we don't want to repeat, you know, history in this direction. That's not going to work, all right? We want a fresh new start. We want things to be really, really grounded. So I think, you know, you reach a point where you have to say something, all right? I've got to tell you that, you know, I don't want to do this with you anymore. I'm not going to invest in this anymore. And, you know, right now we're in a Mercury retrograde, you know, so a lot of issues that have been, you know, set out there that haven't been working, that need to be addressed are coming up right now. And I think this is one of them. This is one of those that says, I just don't think we can keep going. I just don't think this is the right thing to do, you know, because there's a lack of commitment, you know. When it was good and it was happening, it was great. But, you know, now it's like, it's just not working. All right. So I am feeling like, you know, for some of you Geminis, it's time to you to get off of this track and get on that track, you know, and in the process, you're going to have to say something. And I think this is the hardest part, is saying something. But listen, you're very talkative, right? The Geminis love to say what they got to say and do what they got to do. And at this point, you know, if it's not working and you're not feeling like, you know, this is going to change, because this is a very lazy energy. This is saying, I don't want to do this work anymore. And this could just be you, you know, and you're going, I don't want to do this anymore. No, I don't want to do this. I want to go somewhere else. I want to do something else. All right. So then we have the Knight of Swords as a final outcome. So Gemini, I am just really feeling like, you know, you got to grab the reins, get on your broomstick here, and against all odds, charge forward in the direction that you really want to go. Because, you know, if it's not working, it's not working, all right? And you don't want to keep losing money, and you don't want to keep losing, you know, your faith, because I feel like that's waning as well. And you're not feeling good about it, because here with this energy of the Empress coming in reverse, you know, it's like, this is not what I needed. You know, like I said, she is about creation, and it's not creating. Right? So at some point we have to say, I can't do this anymore. And, you know, it's saying those words, I think, that you're having a hard time with. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. It is a relationship situation that, you know, I think it's a partnership, you know, because when we have the Two of Cups, it's about the divine union. And here we do have the Five of Cups underneath it. It's reversed, you know, so I'm just feeling like, it's not working. And again, we have this energy of something not working, all right? And I feel like it could be, you know, a situation with your person around money, or a business thing, or something that the two of you have been trying to get off the ground. It's just not working, all right? Eight of Pentacles coming in here reversed says that, you know, we got to break this cycle. And like I said, let's get on another track, you know, because this track is not getting us to our final destination. So that's what I've got for you, Gemini. Please take what works, leave what doesn't. We all know who we are in the story. I sure appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see you at the next reading. Until then, be happy, be healthy, be kind. Bye now.